Hello, Kimmy, and welcome to your natal chart. First and foremost, thank you so much for your patience. I'm coming today, to you today sick, just to let you know, but I refuse to let this go on any longer. So, what I'm going to be getting into today is this pie compass pizza thing, which is a representation for the script for your life as Kimmy, because Kimmy has been many different other names, religions, races, genders over the course of hundreds of even possibly thousands of years as your soul has been developing through experience. And for you, you have one particular mission, which is the North Node, South Node access. And for you, that is always coming from learning your self expression, what it's like to be an individual, to moving that expression into being a part of a group, a part of the group that stands out, particularly in this life with you doing it in the Capricorn energy because you are building something, maybe a business online, a business amongst other philosophers, travelers, great thinkers, because of the Sagittarius energy. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through the whole chart, and I have the transits actually included in here as a bit of a bonus, as a thank you for being so kind when I had the most going on spiritually. So I'm going to take it from the top, start with your ascendant, and work your way around, just giving you a full understanding of the character that you are playing this life. Because keep in mind, we are all just pieces of God split up, trying to see what God can make. You know what I mean? It's like when you get with a guy, you're like, I want to have kids, and you just want to see what those kids become. That's essentially what we're doing here. And this blueprint of the stars represents the energies that are put together, the portal that you came through, the frequency that you emit for this lifetime in order to get your goal done. So first and foremost, we're going to start with the ascendant, which is your rising, what path you are taking. And for you, this life is the humanitarian, somebody who is a part of the team. And that's really important because your North Node is in the 11th house, which rules this energy, this Aquarius energy of being a part of the team. And you're sort of bound to it because of this Saturn in Aquarius. So even when you're home alone, you're sort of still feeling the energy as being a part of the collective because there's something you're supposed to be sharing with them, something that's going to be inspiring them. You came here to root for the underdog, to connect to people. And this can be through technology, online, or in person, just being out in the community. So at the end of that energy here, we also have Pisces, which means that you're a bit of a spiritual person. You're a bit of a conduit for energies and messages. And that's especially important with the moon in Pisces right now, because this message is coming to you, letting you know that when you get a spidey sense about something or a feeling, sometimes it's coming from something bigger than you. Now, with that right next to Jupiter in Pisces right now, this is all about expansion. You have learned about your skill set today with this reading in particular. So naturally, you just pick up on messages. Like when you stand next to somebody else, if you would just think of our human bodies as radio receivers, like we pick up frequencies and everybody else who has a chart like this has the energies. When you step next to somebody, you get messages for them. This is just naturally what you pick up. And that connects to your second house of values, because this first house is all about yourself, just who you are, what you came to do, your identity. You don't have any planets here, so it wasn't really big for you to build your identity in that way, shape, or form, but you wanted to be known as somebody who was for the people and somebody who was really gifted in caring and sort of giving to other people. Now, the second house is about gifts that you have accrued in your other lives, and particularly gifts that you can use to earn money for yourself. So this spiritual energy of Neptune, Pisces, this is about your dreams, what you see in your dreams, what you channel, arts, dance, music, anything that allows these people here the ability to have a moment away from the human experience and think about things outside of this box is what energy you provide for people. Now, currently with this palace, which is unique genius, and Neptune, which belongs in this Pisces energy, you should be receiving a lot of energy or a lot of stuff into your, a lot of inspiration regarding your work, what you want to do for yourself, what you want to provide for the world. And this Aries energy right here being in the second house, even though it's a little bit, it means whatever you're coming up with over there, you're going to be a pioneer. It's going to be something that's a first, something you're going to be jumping out into, which leads to your third house. Now, the third house is all about how your mind works, how you connect with other people, particularly those in your local area where you grew up and your younger siblings, just anything in an under 2-hour trip. Now, let me pull this, just now decided to make it bigger, right? Give it a second. I wanted to see a little bit clearer going into this. Okay, here we are. So with you having this Aries in the third house, this means that you're not afraid to speak, that you're good with sharing yourself, your mind, you're bold, you're quick in your thoughts. Now, Chiron, which is the wounded healer, is going through this now. So any feelings you have about yourself or how you got confrontation in the past or how you talk to people or assert yourself are going to be healed right now. It's about healing. Also, the fact that you have ideas and thoughts that are very unique, and you have to get comfortable with the fact that everybody's not going to always get it off top, but you have to know that you're getting messages that are like sort of for the future, because that's what that Aquarius energy is for. You know about the wave before the wave even comes. Now, with your moon being in this third house in Taurus, the moon in Taurus is very different than if it was going to be in Aries. So you're slow to anger, but you also are always thinking about peace. And by that, I mean, you just want the easiest option, the way that comes with the flow. And this is in regards to working with your mind or acknowledging your own feelings. This is something that's going to help you along the way when you're connecting to people in these groups or having a business in the first place. It's also connects to your relationship with your mom. Like, what did you learn about your values from your mom? Because that's pretty much what this is saying. Now, your IC is who you are at the core. This is your immune coli, right? This is also a connection to your patterns, your family roots, the signature of your family. And this is actually royalty, thinking about your family on the long line, aristocrats, also people who love gardening. Maybe they have a long line of homes and that sort of energy, just or hedonists. Also people who just like really like nature, hiking. This could also be singers, just people who are very earthy, if you will. Now, there's some change going on for you here. Are there any babies on the way? Or is anybody coming or going from the family? That could be a possibility also, because this will be transiting this for the next 6 years. But at your home, you prefer comfort. Now, this can mean you're a hoarder in some cases, but this can also mean that you're somebody who has expensive items, but like you don't have a lot of stuff. What you have really matters to you in particular. Like you'll save up something that's really important to you over time. On the other hand, you're also a great learner. Like this could be part of your childhood, or the house that you'll have in the future will include a lot of books, a lot of time that you'll be spending by yourself thinking of thought processes about life and coming up with your own theories. So it'll be between you gardening, smoking weed, cooking, baking, and you being a bookworm sometimes, because this is the house of your roots, your foundation, what it takes for you to be comfortable. Now, with Siri's going through here right now, you're finding comfort at home, and that makes sense with everything that's going on in the world. You're finding comfort in doing things that bring you peace on a day-to-day basis. As this North Node finishes out its time in Gemini, the North Node is the developer of the chart. Like if this was a picture or a photo lab, this would be the thing that makes the picture develop. So you have been learning a lot from home, and now you're going to be developing your wealth from home soon. As your career goes into a different direction away from the way that you had it before, when the South Node goes into Scorpio, you'll be doing something that is more reminiscent of what you have done in other lifetimes. And this could be work that I'll get up there. I'm jumping up there already. You'll be doing it at home, and it will make a ripple in your career. So that's good to know that you won't have to be out this crazy. So this Gemini energy of the teacher, the great thinker, goes into the fifth house of your self-expression. This means that you really like communicating. This also shows that you have a vertex, a karmic relationship, or a karmic genius child that is meant to come through when it is triggered. This child will be a bookworm too, a great thinker, a great talker also. This is likely going to be triggered by a relationship that comes up. It is typically the signature for your first child, just to have that energy here. On the other hand, you're very caring. This is the other part of your self-expression and what you're most used to sharing with people. Sort of big mom energy, a mom to people who don't have a mom is what comes up here and now. Lilith is going through Gemini. So you're going to sort of be triggered in your words, or other people are going to be triggering you in your words, which is important because this Gemini energy, right, of the speaker, the talker, goes with your Aries. So once again, you're going to be tried on how you assess or how you handle your anger or your feelings in communications in general. Now, the Cancer energy of you being the big mom energy, the impact would be what this is. So in your communication, you are once again sensing what you need to say to people or how you need to handle them with care. That is where your part of fortune is, and it's meant to be used in your day-to-day life, because that's what the sixth house is about. What you owe karmically, or how you pay back your karmic debt, or just the debt for you being able to have a body and enjoy this experience, but also what you do to be of service on a day-to-day basis. And for you, this part of fortune is a sprinkle in the family you had, and also every time you care for somebody else, you sort of receive back. So half of your day-to-day life job is caring for other people. This is moms, children, um, anything to do with homes, clothing, food, anything that's very just like homey, just boobs and, and comfort and breast milk and all that sort of stuff. This other part here is the Leo energy. So you're meant to be a creative, somebody who shares of self and your thoughts and your feelings. Now your Chiron is here, which is your womb, the thing that you're meant to overcome to help other people. And in this case, it seems like at some point, your unique individuality, the way that you share of yourself, somebody hurt your feelings about it, and you decided not to share yourself like you should at your job, at your work. But you're meant to be known sort of kind of for that because this is the seventh house. This is the Leo energy of self, right? The seventh house of how you appear to the world, but also how you connect in your relationships, your marriage, your partnership, and your contracts. It's very important that you share yourself and you share those interesting ideas or those things that you do at home that just bring you peace. The things that make you uniquely you are what's important for you here. So this seventh house, once again, is your marriage and partnerships house. You don't have any planets here, and that doesn't mean that you're not going to get married, just that you have done it before and it's not that important to you anymore, so to speak. Now, the Virgo on the other end, that means that you'll have a partner mixed with this energy that'll be sort of dramatic, somebody who's really into spoiling you, but also somebody who's kind of the perfect partner, like they help organize your life and pull that energy together. And that spreads over to the eighth house of those really deep, life changing relationships, which for you are all about um, growth, expansion. That's what this Jupiter is, growing through your relationships, going through hard times. That is also where your Vesta is, which is what you sacrifice in this life. Um, Being a perfectionist in your relationships is something you have to throw out in order to receive the relationships you want, analyzing details, but also you are a healer of trauma. You help other people with their difficulties, and there's something that you draw into your relationships also because this Libra energy is over here. Your partnerships, you are sort of healing the person that you date, and that could be also why they treat you like a queen, like they're supposed to, and why they end up feeling like so indebted to you because you really are literally a gift to your partnership. That's because your Venus is in Libra. And I'm gonna jump back to this eighth house, but Libra rules this seventh house of partnership. You are always an asset to your partner with this design. So this eighth house is all about sex, death, taxes, inheritances, mores, taboo stuff, dark magic, just all the seedy things in life that change your character, and things that they're changing inside of you based upon the last life for you. You are working through your words. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. Because Virgo is, energy is also ruled by Gemini. So your words were hurt. Once again, this is back to the core of you being feeling like you need to be perfect in what you say, or that sometimes you're misunderstood as a person. But that's something that you're learning to overcome. And so in your partnerships, you will be reflecting that energy back. Like your partner will start to give you confidence in yourself as you share yourself, because it seems like you're most comfortable when you're in a relationship with this sort of design here. So this ninth house, where you have Libra, is all about uh, everything outside of what you grew up learning. This is about foreign lands, foreign travel, higher education, spiritual gurus, just how you develop your belief system. Once again, this is connected to your partnerships, your marriages, the contracts, and the way that you're seen in the public eye. So with Venus here, you earn money or your value is found through your partnerships, but also what you do with higher education, like where you go to college, what you learn, what you read, is really important for you. Also, what you uncover and what you experience. Um, that helps you psychologically because of the Scorpio energy here. Like, so you're a bit of a bookworm, but you're also infatuated by humans, the way humans work, especially those in other cultures and other words. And that is what you will be known for because your MC is the peak of your chart, but also the beginning of your 10th house, which is what you'll be known for in your career, your reputation um, out in the world. So with the Venus Scorpio, first and foremost, that's sort of secretive. first, that's first out there, secretive, but also somebody who's sort of sexy. That could be the case also. But you have an energy of a mysterious person, somebody who is very intelligent. You could be known for your assets, but with this Scorpio energy, since your rules the eighth house, will say you're going to be known as somebody who feels others, somebody who is sort of the earth queen. And by that, I get it gives real Persephone energy, like you help people, you shine in the dark, and that is where your unique genius is. That is where Palace is, right? Pluto is where your power is, so that's an amazing placement to have such power in your career. That means when you really put yourself out there, you're going to be known, and it really makes me feel like you're meant to do spiritual work, or sort of what I'm doing here, or sharing something about. No, it just feels like psychology, counseling, trauma, helping people, helping children. It's really what this feels like to me because your Mars is in Scorpio. You're always rooting for the underdog. You're helping other people will change. And your son, like this is so much power in the 10th house. It means you're meant to be well known for your philosophies, for your prophecies, for your spiritual gifts, for your ability to see through the occult and other people's psyche with this setup here. This is really amazing. And with the South Node here, you're actually going to be stepping into that energy. So you've been doing something else in the meantime. With you having your series right here in Sagittarius, series is how you care for yourself and how you also care for others. You are optimist and you prefer people to amp you up too. You like stories, you like a good time. This is about thinking about the future, thinking about possibilities, and that's really what gives you hope. But it shines in your career, especially when you're helping people who are probably in a dark space, which is definitely going to be what's coming up for you over the course of the next 18 months, right? So right now we're at your 11th. The 11th house is really important for you because it's the house that is ruling your chart, your rising, the whole path that you're on. So this 11th house is all about your connection to your soul tribe, the internet, um, the collective, just how you connect to humanity. And for you, with the Sagittarius energy there, that means you connect to people in foreign lands, people who are outside of your usual scope of life, particularly just people who are great thinkers. And that's where your Mercury is. Like your mind is really advanced, and Mars is actually going there right now. So I guess I'm gassing you up right now, letting you know that your mind is beyond others in some way, shape, or form. Like you're meant to be a guru, essentially among a group of gurus, but also it's sort of your business also. Because that North Node in Capricorn means that you came to have a business amongst these gurus, something that spreads out online and goes to other countries beyond where you started in the first place. That's where what's about to be pinged for you, or I'm sorry, it has already been pinged for you recently. As your business is developing, I would love to know your feedback on that. Have you already started it? Because Uranus, which is the energy of something that happens very quickly, lightning, that's Aquarius energy, again, at home here. That means when you started your business, it should have went really quick because it was karmic. That's what Neptune is, the dispositor, or the once again, my favorite word today, the conduit for the energy of your karma. And your karma was always about having a business that you put online that was meant to help humanity. And sort of bring them up when they're down. Like you could be a podcaster too, even just sharing your thoughts, just something about sharing the unique things about your experience that bring you grounding. Like people need that. And that's what you're moving into with this North Node here. Now with Vesta going into your 11th house, I mean, right now you might be sacrificing friends or sacrificing time with friends as you're focusing on all this energy into your business, which is in the 12th house of isolation. This means you're spending a lot of time working at home, or I'm sorry, alone online with this energy here. But I'm going to explain the 12th house to you more first. So the 12th house is all about unseen, the collective dream world, the astral, things outside of yourself that you can't even see, and all the things that you are sort of ending, like what's being cleansed for the next cycle. For you, it's this Capricorn energy, which means that you wanted to build a legacy, and this Aquarius energy, which means you wanted to contribute to society, right? So your Lilith is in Capricorn here. This is also sort of things that are being rehabilitated. So at one point you were like Scrooge, right? And this pretty much wants you to not be like Scrooge. Like money is like your thing. Making money is your thing. And in this life, you're meant to bring that into balance. Like it's good to make money, but don't go like ape shit. Also, your soulmate is karmic. The relationship you have with your soulmate, and you'll find them once you start working, is karmic. And all of that is lining up for you right now. If you're not already in a relationship, just be on the lookout because something is lining up definitely here. With the sun in the 12th house, you might be spending some time alone. Also, you get business ideas through your dreams. You need to focus on that. Your Venus is also in Capricorn, which means you're earning money through your business, or you should be earning money through you being your brand, your whatever your unique business is, right? But also it's against your Lilith. So you might be worried about money. You might start craving it like you used to, or being forced to think about how you want to make more money in the future with this year, because Pluto is also here transforming that. So everything is lining you up for that relationship I was talking about, because once again, this is your soulmate asteroid, but also for you getting this business in route, because around the time that you turn 28, because you're just having your Saturn return, you were meant to start building this business. Your Mercury is in Aquarius right now. So technically you're being fed the ideas that you need for your business during your sleep. I would recommend that you sort of dream journal or write down whatever comes to you before you go to bed, because every day right now, you are being given the tools that will create the foundation for the business that you're going to be doing that is going to completely change your life over the course of the next 18 months. So, Miss Kimmy, that was your full chart breakdown. This is what you're doing this life. So I'm actually going to treat you to a follow-up session. Just inbox me so we can set that up and go over anything, any questions you may have about this. And thank you once again so much for your patience. You have a great day.